Welcome to the Brady Bunch of Autism, your source for family, parenting, and all things autism and special needs. Created by our family for your family. Live from the Ed Asner Family Center. And now your hosts, Navah and Matt Asner.
Welcome to the Brady Bunch of Autism. This is Matt Asner.
Welcome, everyone. I'm Navah Asner, and we are so glad to finally be back.
It's unbelievable. It feels like it's been a long time.
It has. I think
Navah.
I was trying to figure out how long it's been. I think it's been a couple of years at this point.
I think so. Lots of things have happened, and we're going to go through all that as we get through this first episode. This is going to be a bi-weekly show that we come to you on all your favorite platforms and talk about autism and autism-related stuff, special needs stuff, and stuff in our community that makes a difference and that's important to everyone. Right?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the biggest change in our lives is that our facility has moved. We have a new, beautiful building. We have a new day program. We have expanded. I mean, it's really been, this is now our 8th year with the Ed Asner Family Center. And
if you haven't been here, you really should come. Right?
Yes, just you can't just show up, though.
No, you got to call and let us know you're coming, and so we can bake a cake.
But this is something that Matt and I really, really missed. We missed being a part of everyone's lives. We missed hearing questions from our community. Matt and I are founders of the Ed Asner Family Center, but we're also parents. You know, we have 6 children. We have autism is our everyday. We have more autism than not in our family. And we are just really happy to be back in your lives, in your house, in your car, wherever you are listening to us.
And if you're out there and you don't know who we are, you're probably wondering.
Google it.
You're probably wondering why we're called the Brady Bunch of Autism. Well, who gave us that name? What's up with that name? Why are they called the Brady Bunch of Autism? Why, Navah? Why are we called the Brady Bunch of Autism?
Well, when you and I, one long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away, we were both going through really hard times. I was a single mom of 4 children, 3 autistic. And I was really struggling, and my youngest son had newly been diagnosed. And one of my brothers said, hey, a good friend of mine just got hired to this huge autism organization. You should call him. He has some, he can help you in some way. And I looked you up, and I saw that you were, the head of this big machine organization. And I said, this guy's never going to talk to me. He doesn't have the time to talk to me. And I called you, and I was very impressed that you answered your own phone.
Yes, I did.
And, a couple hours later and many tears, you gave me the best piece of advice, I think, that any autism parent of an autistic child can get, which is to...
And what was that?
To reach out in your community, find some like-minded parents, find parents who are on the other side and have been through the struggles and the dark places that you're in right now, and can really, really tell you that there is light at the end of the tunnel. And for me, it was the best advice. It helped me in ways that I can't even begin to explain. And, Matt and I just became really good friends for a long time. And
started in friendship.
Right.
Yep. And then
you were totally not my type. I've always dated models and surfers, but you're.
Well, and I quite honestly didn't think you were interested in me at all, and someone had to kind of hit me over the head.
Yeah, that was probably me.
So, anyway, to make a long story short, we got married.
Yes, and we became a blended family.
We became a blended family, and that gave us the Brady Bunch of Autism moniker.
Yes, absolutely.
And we wear it proudly.
And I think that people who are listening can really be inspired by some of the, the trials and tribulations we've been through. It has not been easy all the time. When we first got together, we had a lot of teenagers. Eddie was still nursing. I mean, we had every aspect of the generational challenges that you could go through as a blended family.
There was actually a moment in time when we got up in the morning and we literally drove 6 kids to 6
Yeah.
different schools.
I remember that. I actually remember vividly taking a picture of 6 brown lunch bags that I had always made lunch the night before, and those were hard times.
But good times.
Good times.
It's all good.
I know. Well, there was always chaos and there was always laughter.
Yeah. And I've got to say this. I've got to say this because I have an opportunity now to kind of sing your praises a little bit.
Uh-oh.
So, Navah, I met Navah as a mom, who was concerned about her kid. And she's grown into this incredible leader in the community. And what I'm a little biased, but I really speak the truth. What she's done with the center and with the programs that we have at the center is nothing short of a miracle. It's pretty incredible. And I'm incredibly proud of you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, I couldn't have done it without you, and you couldn't have done it without me.
Okay. All right. So what's the first topic of the day? Let's segue.
I think that in our upcoming shows, I think people are going to want to know what we're going to talk about, and
Yeah.
I think that it's really important that we talk about current affairs, what's going on. There's a lot going on in the world. There's a lot going on that could be very scary to our special needs community. Very uncertain times in America. We're going to be talking about current affairs. We're going to be giving people a biweekly update of the Academy, which is our full day adult job training program, which is my new baby. It's only 2 years old, and it's really incredible. And in our next show, we're going to talk at length about the Academy. And every show, we're going to be giving our family perspective from the Brady Bunch of Autism. And, crazy wild family. All of our kids are much different and much more independent and grown. Some of them are here working at the center. And, we have changed so much in the last 10 years, and we're really excited to share a little kind of window into our family.
And into a family.
Egg?
No, a
family, yes.
A family.
Yes.
Just like your family out there, if you're listening. Well, we've had an incredible time since we've been here doing this, right? We've done a lot of amazing things. We've done, the last show we did was, I think, right at the end of COVID. So we've like Navah said, we've moved, we've done several It's a Wonderful Lives. If you know what we do in December, we do a kind of a reading of It's a Wonderful Life, and we have some of the greatest actors around kind of get together and read It's a Wonderful Life, because it's honestly one of my favorite movies, and it was one of my father's favorite movies.
But what we did in December...
And it's a movie I asked Navah to marry me
while
we were watching. So let's not forget that.
I know, right? How can I forget that? But what we did in December, which was so wonderful, is...
We did it live.
This is the first time that we ever did it live.
We did it live, and it was incredible. We had the cast of SpongeBob, and Joey King, and Mark Hamill, and I'm forgetting one.
Well, the whole cast of SpongeBob.
I said that, yeah.
And of course, we had our autistic actors who joined the cast, and they were over the moon. And we had such a beautiful location. Phil Lamar. He's not in SpongeBob.
I forgot Phil Lamar.
Yeah.
But it was incredible because we had the same. It was the same thing but we did it as an old school radio play, and you can go and check out clips from it on our website. TEAFC.org or the Ed Asner Family Center.org. And, the cast from SpongeBob were incredible. Joey King was incredible. Everyone was incredible. Mark Hamill was incredible. Phil Lamar was incredible. And it had a totally different energy. We did it at the Gary Marshall Theater in Burbank.
It looked beautiful.
It was
The
gorgeous.
set was so beautiful. It
Yeah.
was so beautiful.
And we'll be doing that again because it was fun.
Yeah, and I think we have to mention that those nights are fun, but they also are vital to our center
They are.
because, we have a very tough past few years in fundraising, and we are going to continue to be tough. We're going to talk a little bit more next segment about some of the nature challenges, and
We can talk about it now.
we can.
Why not?
Well-
no, I mean, it's hard right now, isn't it? I
Yeah,
mean,
well, a
we've
lot
got-
of nonprofits are struggling, and
we've got a situation in this country where, we've had a devastating fire in our city, two actually devastating fires in our city, and we're licking our wounds from that and trying to get back on track for that. And a lot of money, rightfully so, is going to help the families that are going through something that no one listening or no one doing this show wants to go through. I can't tell you how many friends that we've had who have lost a home and have had, issues related to the fire.
well, my first segue into this whole community was in the Palisades, and so I'm very connected to the Pacific Palisades. Our son Jake had the most incredible footage from the fire. I remember how we were up all night that first night because he was actually in the Hades, hell and Hades that night. But my first segue was at Friendship Circle and running the family conferences for Chabad of Pacific Palisades, and so many of my friends lost their homes. I mean,
Yeah.
they lost everything. And, I know that just our own family, when we were on such high alert and trying to explain to our autistic kids why we had to pack and, are we going on vacation, Mama? And no, we're not going on vacation, but we have to, and I'm trying to keep my panic, tempered to not set them off. And it was just a really, really incredibly hard time for families in general, but special needs families, next level anxiety. And I think that's a perfect segue to talk about our mental health division, because at the Ed Asner Family Center, mental health is such an important and such a personal priority for me. I've struggled my entire life with panic disorder, general anxiety disorder. And, when Matt and I first met, I was a single mom, 4 kids, just struggling so hard with my panic and not being able to afford mental health support. So when we started the center, for me, this was such an important pillar of this center, and having mental health services be one of the foundational pieces. So I just want to tell anybody, if they're struggling or if they feel alone, to reach out to us. Reach out to us at teafc.org and let us help you. You're not alone. We want you to be part of the community, but there's a lot to be anxious about. And in our next show, we're definitely going to expand on that and some of our other services. But we're wrapping up, and I think we should.
I had some anxiety from that.
Yes, you did.
I did. I mean, I really did. I think, I think I looked at you one day and I said, I think I'm depressed. and that was kind of a revelation for you, I think.
Well, I mean, I think a lot of people were really scared and really uncertain, and there's a lot going on in our world and in United States of America right now. So we want to be here for you. Matt and I are, again, we're parents. We are the founders of the Ed Asner Family Center, and this show is really going to be about our lives and the community and everything to do with just supporting one another and how we can best do that. So please, please tune in on whatever platform you listen to. We're going to be here.
Spotify, iTunes, Podcast, World
Podcast.
Central. Wherever you get your podcasts, we'll be there. Right?
Yeah.
And I think what's important is, before we say goodbye, I wanted to say that, one of the things that this show will be kind of highlighting is the stories that are out there that that people are talking about, that and I can rattle off a few that we'll do next show. We're going to talk about Kanye West, announcing that he has autism. And what does that make people feel? How does that make
angry?
People feel? Yeah, it makes me angry too. And not that he's saying he has autism.
No, that's not
the fact that he's using it to kind of justify any kind of antisocial and horrific behavior that he has.
Right.
Is, I think, offensive to people who are autistic.
We're also going to talk a little bit. We're going to get a little personal next show, because we're going to talk about one of our autistic kids who have really, really had a hard journey in the last 18 months. And it's been a huge struggle for our family.
It's come out the other side.
And we've come out the other side, exactly.
But definitely something that I think we're going to get into next show. And so, look, have a cup of tea with us when you have tea, when you listen to our podcast,
or you're driving to work,
and
you're bored and you want to hear just some friends and to just talk story, as my dad would say. So, I'm Navah Asner.
And I'm Matt Asner.
And we will see you next time. Shalom aloha, everyone.
Yes.